Here in America, Ford's F-Series may be the top-selling truck. However, Ram really shocked the industry when they introduced the all-new version of the Ram 1500. So here at the 2019 North American International Auto Show, Ram is basically applying everything they've learned from the smaller truck and applying it to the bigger heavy-duty models. This is the 2500 and the 3500 model. I'm at the 2019 Detroit Auto Show. Let's take a first look. So when you look at the design of the heavy-duty versions of the Ram, you can see it takes basically everything we liked from the smaller truck and applies it to the bigger version. The front fascia is practically identical, aside from a slight differentiation. The headlights were a little bit larger. Just like the smaller 1500, Ram is offering 3 different styles of headlights. Halogens are standard. These are the mid-level LEDs, and then you have a projector LEDs that swivel up to 15 degrees if you guys go for the top limited or Laramie trims, which is an option. Now this one here that I'm showing you is the Power Wagon. This is basically like a Ford Raptor competitor, but this, we have to remember, this is a class larger. This is based off of the heavy-duty version, since Ford doesn't technically offer a Raptor version of the actual Super Duty. And you can see this is one massive truck. The one thing that Ram did do is they did switch the hood over here to an aluminum hood, which did help save about 143 pounds in terms of the weight. But remember, this is still a fairly large truck. Now, being the Power Wagon version, this is basically the most off-road capable. It's got 33-inch tall tires. It's got a 2-inch factory lift. It's got front and rear locking differentials to help you get out of tough situations when you guys are off-roading. It's got a 12,000-pound winch that's standard at the front. So basically, this truck has the ability to pull itself and another truck out of a ditch if you guys choose to get stuck, if you're going to take this vehicle out on those off-road excursions. Now, coming over to the rear over here, you can see the Ram boxes are optional. They really add a lot of storage space. This is, again, a feature that's included from the standard 1500 version. And then coming over to the back here, the taillights are practically identical. You can see the radar sensor here for the blind spot monitoring is kind of integrated into the taillights. You have these LED taillights, which are again optional. Down here underneath the rear, you can see the Power Wagon has very good departure angles to help with the off-roading. Those off-road all-terrain tires are really nice. And then the bed capacity, the heavy-duty versions are available basically in the same cab configurations as the smaller one. You've got like a extended cab, a crew cab, and then a mega cab. And then this bed length, this is the standard 6.5-foot bed. You can also get these with up to an 8-foot long bed to kind of help you with that. And you can see here, the rear of the truck is very high. Again, I'm fairly short. I'm 5'7", but Ram is still one of the only competitors that offers a coil spring rear suspension on the 2500. The 3500s will have a leaf spring, and you can also get this with a rear air suspension, so the vehicle does have the ability to raise and lower itself to kind of help you get in and out of the bed. So for the under the hood shot, I switched over to this 2500 Limited because I wanted to show you guys actually the diesel engine. That Power Wagon over there has the gas V8, but this one you can see has the 20-inch wheels. Basically, Ram offers from a 17 up to a 20-inch wheel. That Power Wagon that you saw had a 17-inch wheel with the all-terrain tires to kind of give you a little bit more of that cushion when you guys are going off-roading. Now, first of all, getting underneath the hood of this thing, my short little 5'7" frame can barely reach the top of that when I lift it up, and I practically need a stepping stool to get in here. But when you guys actually can see over this massive radiator shroud here, you're going to be looking at basically what Ram is calling the most powerful production turbo diesel in the class. Now, of course, the base engine will be the carryover 6.4-liter Hemi V8 that makes 410 horsepower and 429 foot-pounds of torque. Now, most heavy-duty shoppers are going to be interested in the diesel option. There's 2 different flavors that Ram is offering. The standard output version will be making about 370 horsepower and 850 foot-pounds of torque. Now, if that doesn't sound like enough, the high output version that's in this one makes an even 400 horsepower and, wait for it, 1,000 foot-pounds of torque. So again, 1,000 is a pretty incredible number for something that's this large. But remember, these aren't about 0 to 60 time performance. These are about towing. And Ram says that they have the best payload and towing capacity in the segment now. The 2500 models will be able to carry up about 7,680 pounds in their beds, while the top towing models will tow about 35,100 pounds. Yes, you heard that right, 35,100 pounds, which beats out the Ford Super Duty by about 100 pounds. So for now, Ram has the bragging rights. In terms of the transmission, I'm sorry guys, but the manual transmission is gone. It was one of the last Super Duties to offer a manual. Ram said nobody really bought it anyways, so now you're either going to get an 8-speed Torque Flight automatic or the 6-speed ASIN transmission that you get with the diesel offerings. Because this vehicle is about 143 pounds lighter, that does help with fuel economy and performance, but of course Ram didn't have all that information for us just yet. So just like the smaller 1500 version, The heavy duty is basically going to benefit from the same upgrades that we saw in the smaller truck. You can see in this limited grade, it practically looks just like the dashboard in the new 1500. You basically get your choice between 3 screen sizes, from a 7-inch to an 8.4-inch, and of course to this larger 12-inch display, which again dominates the entire screen. Ram was the first truck to introduce this, and the materials in here are just exquisite. I mean, it literally wear a 3-pointed star at the front with the stitched leather, the real wood, the real metal, these heated and cooled seats. You have this massive storage console here, and then of course you guys are going to be able to tell the diesel from the gas engine based on the transmission shifter selector. This has the diesel, so it has the column shifter. If you guys go for the gas engine, it'll have that rotary shifter for the 8-speed automatic. And overall, I mean, if you guys thought that the Ram 1500 was difficult to drive, if you guys don't like big cars, this one honestly has a massive hood that you have to see over. It's got these gigantic mirrors, but what Ram has done is they've basically increased the ability, or made it easier to drive, because forward automatic emergency braking is actually standard equipment across the board. It's the first heavy-duty truck to include that as standard. And then of course you're going to get features like blind spot monitoring. I do not believe adaptive cruise is available. I'll have to double check on that. Ford Super Duty was the only truck to offer that, but I would be surprised if Ram didn't. But overall, this new truck should be going on sale probably in the next couple of months at the 2019 model year, with no pricing yet announced, but I would expect it to stay pretty close to what the current model is, and then probably a few $1,000s higher, especially if you guys go for this fully loaded limited version. For Redline Reviews at the 2019 Detroit International Auto Show, I'm Sofian Bey. Although the Ford F-Series has consistently been the top...
Oh shit, did I just interrupt you?
No, you're good, Scott.
I'm sorry, are you good? You need to talk to Nick? You need anything at all?
I'm good for now, I think. I found all the specs on the media site. The media site's good.
He's really good.